everyone who's in the room. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited today because the topic I'm going to share today, it is very, very amazing. Let me believe that everyone is ready. We have already used our time. We have already wasted our time. So quickly, my name is Mr. Moses Banda, and I'm speaking to you from Lilongwe, Malawi. Ladies and gentlemen, I know in the room we have people from different areas of this world. So quickly, let me share my screen so that we start. We start right away. Let me share my screen. But I believe everybody is ready. If there are people that are not in the room, let us remind them, because today's topic, it is very amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, from previous trainings, I've been focusing on much on prospecting, inviting. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, is my screen clear?
Yes, please. It is clear.
You can see my screen?
Yes, you can display the PowerPoint. We can see it.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, you can go ahead. It is clear.
All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, today, as I've said, we have been talking about prospecting, inviting. So today, I'm sure all your prospects are in your what? In your center, you're with them, you're in your what? In your maybe coffee meeting, you have successfully invited them. I'm sure every one of us, if you have been with us, I'm very sure you are very skillful when it comes to inviting prospects, because you have been sharing those tips. But today, you have your prospect and you want to present them. So we want to talk about how can you present successfully and make somebody interested in your business. So I'm going to share with you the formula on how you're going to present your prospect, how you're going to make a very effective presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know if you successfully invited your prospect in the room and you didn't do a very good presentation, I'm sure you're not going to join your business. So there's also a need for you to understand, learn and understand, and on how you can do a very effective presentation. But before I go into the formula of how you're going to come up with a very effective presentation, let me talk more about the presentation. Presentation is letting know your people what you're doing. That's a presentation. So we have different categories of presentations. We have a one-on-one presentation. This is whereby you are having your prospect. You have one prospect and you're presenting direct. You with your prospect, you are only two of you. That is one presentation. We have office presentation, whereby we invite everyone invite to that office, and we have one presentation for every prospect. We have what we call like online presentation, the one we have here on our Zoom every day. So there are so many presentations, but the formula I'm going to give today is going to help us to come up with a very good presentation for all the platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, for the formula, go in the chat room and type ready before we go to the next step of our training today. I've said it's a formula on how you can present effectively to your prospects. If you're in the room and you're following, type ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, for you to come up with an effective presentation, this formula is going to, if you're presenting and you have a particular formula that you're using, you have mastered a certain formula using, just know you're going to make your presentation very easy and very short, and your presentation is going to make your prospect get interested in your business. So if you have a particular formula that you're following when presenting, those are the benefits. Number one benefit, your presentation is going to be very easy because you're following the formula. I know, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember back at school, the what, when you're solving mathematics, if a certain problem, it has a formula to solve, the problems, those problems became very easy. When the problem has a formula, it becomes very easy because you just follow the formula to solve the problem. So the same case in our presentation. If you're following a certain pattern, a certain formula to present, the presentation is going to be very easy. That's the first benefit. Another benefit is going to be very short because you have mastered it. It's going to be very short. And lastly, your prospects are going to be very interested in your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you 3 tips on how to get your prospect interested when presenting. The 3 tips on how to get your prospect interested when presenting. Tip number 1, your confidence. Always when presenting, please have confidence, build confidence. If you're approaching your prospect, if you want to present a one-on-one office presentation, online presentation, whichever presentation you are given a chance to present, please have confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared when you're given a chance to present. When you have a chance to present, be prepared and build confidence. People are always buying you, and unless you sound confident, no one will be interested in whatever you're doing. If you don't sound confident, they will not buy you, and they will not buy whatever you are selling. So confidence, it is the most important when presenting. Then gentlemen, if you have that confidence, even if you're presenting to which kind of person, whatever kind of person you're presenting to, ladies and gentlemen, if you have confidence, you make that person get interested in your business. Ask yourself, was the last time you bought something when the person sounded scared or lacked confidence? I know, ladies and gentlemen, we buy things from different places, and when buying those things, we make sure we are buying what? We are buying, I can say, original things, durable things, nice things. But imagine whoever is selling those things to you is sounding scared of whatever is selling. Will you buy that thing? And somebody is lacking confidence upon whatever is selling. Will you buy that thing? Maybe it's a phone. Somebody who's selling that phone is sounding scared. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not buy. You may think that you think that the phone maybe it's not okay. So it is same. If you don't have confidence in presenting the business, people will not buy the business. People will not join you. They also, if you are scared of what you're presenting, what you have, even people will get scared. Ladies and gentlemen, tip number 2, being non-sales. When presenting, avoid sounding sales. Avoid being sales. What is being sales? It means you sound like you're a salesperson. I want every one of us to imagine. Let's go back to the marketplace where people are selling different things. In the market, you meet a lot of sales people, and if you can remember very what they do, the sales people, they have their own way of doing things. You meet some other sales people who are sounding like, despite to say what they're selling, who are sounding like they're sounding like they don't have confidence, like they sound like needy. Ladies and gentlemen, they sound needy so much. So you find out that everybody hates people who are sounding like sales, who are sounding like sales people. So they sound like they're convincing. So that kind of sound, it makes people hate you. So whenever you're presenting, don't sound like a salesperson. And in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, just know you're not selling. Just convince yourself that you're not selling. So don't sell when you're presenting. Don't sound like you are selling. Okay? People understand that if you're selling something, it means you're getting money out of them. And just know people love their money like nothing else. So if you are selling, they'll understand that you want money out of them, but don't sell. So don't sound sales. If you talk and sound like a salesperson, you're a salesperson, and people put their guards and close their minds. They will close their mind. They will not listen at you anymore. Once they detect that you're a salesperson, that's what is going to happen. And they will lose interest immediately. They will not be interested in whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, even if whatever you're selling it is very nice, even if the opportunity you have it is very good, it can change people's life. But once you sound salesy, people will lose interest. And the last tip I've told you, we have 3 tips, and the last tip that I'm going to share with you today is going to help you. Is going to teach you how not to sound like a salesperson and scare away your prospect. Okay, so the next tip, that's what we're going to be discussing, how you're not going to sound like a salesperson. So, ladies and gentlemen, the tip is don't talk too much. When you're after the presentation, before the presentation, remember, don't talk too much. I know people, when you start talking, you don't allow even your prospect to out their views. But let me tell you, sometimes when you're presenting, just go straight into your presentation tips and let the prospect speak. That's when you're going to convince them. The mistake we do is, when you're presenting, we think talking too much, it will convince them. That's the opposite. If you talk too much, you're not convincing them. But if you talk less, that's how you convince them, because they're going to address their views and their concerns. They will feel free. A good rule to remember to prevent you from sounding like a salesperson is not talk too much. So every time you're presenting, remember this: don't talk too much. So just give a short summary of what the business is all about using the effective presentation formula that I'm giving you. Just give the short summary. As I've said, make sure presentation is very short. After that, listen to the prospect, okay? And also ask questions, ask good questions as you are listening. So listen much to your prospects. Ladies and gentlemen, the more you talk, the more you will sound like a salesperson and you lose your prospect. Remember this. Let me repeat. The more you talk, the more you sound like a sales person and you lose your prospects. Let's go back to the marketplace. Those people who are selling, the sales people, the first thing you know that these are sales people, they talk too much. What are they talking about? They are edifying whatever they are selling. They talk too much. Oh, this phone, it is very good. It is this, it is this, it is this, it is this. Yeah? They hype whatever they are selling. So if you remember those people, I'm sure you also hate them. Because they are talking too much, sometimes they talk things that maybe the phone they're selling doesn't have. Okay? So it is the same when you're presenting. If you talk too much, you even talk unnecessary things in your presentations. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you talk too much, the worst thing that can happen, you bore your prospect. And once you bore them, you lose them forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, just understand what I've said. Like, the scenario is, when you talk too much, you think you are doing the right thing, you're convincing your prospects. That's how they're going to understand you. That's how they're going to join you, because you talk too much. That's what we think. But from today onwards, think differently. Just tell yourself that talk less. That's how I'm going to convince my prospects. So those are three tips. 3 tips that are going to help you convince your prospects. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every prospect that you're going to meet, every prospect that you're going to invite, every prospect that you're going to present to, they're only interested in 5 things. They're only looking for 5 things. They only want to understand 5 things from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure your presentation have these 5 things that I'm going to share with you. And let me tell you this, that's the formula that I was talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the best formula in your presentation, just know it has the 5 things that I'm going to talk about, and these are the 5 things that all your prospects are looking for, the things that all your prospects want to understand. What are these? Number 1, the industry. All your prospects want which industry is your what? Is your company? Which industry they want to venture into? Which industry and how unique the industry is, and how the industry is doing in the world market. So make sure you know the industry you're in. And if you don't know the industry you are in, M Global, we are in the network marketing industry. So you will find out that most of your prospects, they know a lot of industries and they understand much about industries, and they would want to venture into anything when they have understood the industry they are venturing into. So clarify on the industry M Global is in. So as I've told you, we are in the network marketing industry. In Uganda, we say network marketing industry. So number 2, your prospect who want to know your company's name, the name of your company. I know people that have joined the business and have been in the business for over 2 weeks, over 1 month, but they cannot pronounce the name of the company. They cannot. Alliance in Motion Global, they cannot. You hear them saying Global Alliance. So if you are to present, just know you have to master how to pronounce the name of the company, like Alliance Motion Global. If you can't pronounce clearly the full name, Alliance Motion Global, if you know you cannot, you better use the shortcut M Global. M Global. But I would rather you master the full name, because they will ask you the abbreviation of M. So master the full name and pronounce it very well. Number 3 thing that your prospects are looking for, the things you're dealing in, the products you're selling. So before going for your presentation, make sure you master the products, you understand the products. Whenever you're presenting, the prospect will understand because you've mastered them. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine if you presented and you didn't mention the things you're dealing in, didn't mention the products, it will not make sense. So people want to understand the product you're selling. Number 4, the trainings you provide, the training system. So whenever presenting, don't forget to emphasize the trainings, because network marketing, it has a number of pillars, but the trainings, it's one of the most important pillars, network marketing. So don't forget to emphasize the provided. I believe everyone you understand that in your business, in our company, Alliance in Motion Global worldwide, Alliance in Motion Global Africa, Alliance in Motion Global Malawi, Alliance in Motion Global Zambia, we have trainings, we have training centers, we have a lot of categories of trainings. Make sure people understand that they can have trainings in training centers, they can have trainings on WhatsApp, on Zoom, all the platforms, trainings. Make sure you understand them, because they have fear. So when you mention about trainings, they say, oh wow, it means I'll have a chance of getting more information about the business. So it's like you give them a relief about the fear they had. So mention about the trainings. Lastly, how much money they can make. How much, this is what they're interested in, to know how much money they can make. That's why in our presentation, figures are there, figures are included. So we mention how much money somebody is going to make. That's why even the earnings are categorized in each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, each and every year, to clarify how much money somebody can make. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are 5 things that you should not miss in your presentation. These are 5 things that all your prospects are looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a formula for your presentation. And if you use this formula, ladies and gentlemen, your presentation, as I've said already, in the first place, I said that it will help you make a very easy presentation, and to help you make a very short presentation, and also a very interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of my training today. It was very short, but very beneficial. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that everyone who has been following from beginning up to now, you have benefited something. All I can encourage you is to utilize whatever we are learning in this training. So thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for listening to me.